Formula One might be the pinnacle of motorsport today, but did you know it had a long-standing rivalry? The rivalry wasn't fought on tracks, but in the hearts of fans. Events like the Grand National in England or the Kentucky Derby in the United States drew tens of thousands of spectators, with betting pools that rivaled national economies. So how did these two worlds collide? And why did F1 eventually take the crown while the legendary horse races faded into obscurity? Let's unfold this rivalry between man and machine. In the early 1900s, motorsport was still in its infancy, struggling to find a place in a world dominated by horse racing. Horse races weren't just about sport. They were cultural phenomena, attracting massive crowds, wealthy sponsors, and global fame. But cars were noisy, unreliable, and seen as a novelty. They saw them as dangerous toys for the rich. Back then, horse races were the ultimate display of speed, power, and strategy. At that time, horse racing was the king of sports. Today, F1 reigns supreme as the ultimate test of man and machine. So, why watch machines when you can see the raw elegance of horses? Organizers spared no expense to create an exciting spectacle. But there was a problem. People didn't trust cars yet. So how could this emerging motorsport even hope to compete with centuries-old traditions? The stakes were high, and the odds weren't in F1's favor. Horses weren't just animals, they were symbols of wealth, power, and status. Meanwhile, cars were the new kids on the block. But over a century ago, a completely different kind of race dominated the headlines: horse racing. Early races like the Paris-Rouen Trial of 1894 or the infamous Gordon Bennett Cup were the start of something revolutionary. But these events were plagued by breakdowns, accidents, and public skepticism. Formula One captured the imagination of a world looking toward the future, while horse racing remained tied to the past.